guidance and supervision of a competent licensed professional who's going to ensure the limits of the activities of the trainee. And again, we'll talk about how that happens, the details of it. And then how the trainee represent themselves to the public, how they advertise themselves, what information they share in the informed consent, obviously never representing themselves as practicing independently or already having their graduate degree. If they don't have it yet, their licensing status has to be clear. So, in the counseling field in my state, once a graduate student receives their master's and they pass both the NCE, which is sort of the national examination on knowledge in counseling, and then they pass the relevant state jurisprudence exam, then they become a licensed graduate professional counselor and they're in contract. So typically when we think of informed consent, it's, what information does the other person or the other party need up front, at the outset of the professional relationship, so they can make a reasoned or informed decision about participation. So for supervisees, I think they want to know, well, how many hours do we meet and what's expected of me? Do you require me to record all, video record all sessions with clients? And if so, where and how are they uploaded? And like frequently, like I cannot watch the entire video of every video recording of every session my supervisees have, and I'll have them frequently. I'll say, I want you to review the video and then let me know. Send me an email. You'll see a lot of consistency. There's certain basic issues that are just required, and I've tried to highlight and review with each of you today here so far. Here are the basic issues. Now, again, if you're doing assessment, you're supervising psychological testing and assessment, well, then there's certain other issues maybe that you're going to include in that agreement about that. Or if you're doing group supervision, that changes some of how you're doing it and some of the requirements and responsibilities there. And maybe confidentiality is a little different. I want to make it very clear that the members of my group, do not disclose any information shared by another group member about their clients, or anything feedback that we provide to them outside of the group, that what happens in the group stays in the group, so to speak. So again, the question was raised of like, why did I include that particular? And then we've mentioned about confidentiality. And again, there's confidentiality between psychotherapy trainee and their clients, and then between us as supervisors and our supervisees. So I've mentioned the idea of these mandatory exceptions, like the mandatory reporting requirements. So some states, well, every state has a law on reporting a reasonable suspicion of abuse or neglect of a minor. Some states have an elder abuse reporting law. Some states, like Maryland, has a vulnerable adult reporting law. Vulnerability is defined as an individual who relies on another or others for their day-to-day care, well-being, health, and safety. Under the law, all minors are typically considered vulnerable, but not all older adults are vulnerable. I know a 93